Okay, yes, welcome to the 92nd episode of the Indistinct Conversation podcast. My name's Nelson Crawford. You know, I've been here for all 92 of these episodes, and you know, it's been a good run. You know, at 100, we're gonna hang it up, and we're gonna move to Mexico and start a weed farm. You know, because I just got my superpowers today, and so I no longer need this podcast. But in the meantime,
I was going to ask you about that.
In the meantime, I am joined by my lovely co-host who's been around for so many of these episodes, Xander Cook. He's here,
hey everybody,
and we've got a huge guest for you guys today. Honestly, you know, I don't want to like nerd out or overly gas him up, but you know, he's got great music in his band Paradigm. He's fucking blowing up on TikTok with all these like funny ass sketches and stuff. Ladies and gents, folks, everybody who's listening or watching or whatever you're doing, our guest today is Todd Brown. Todd, how you doing, man?
Pleasure to be on, man. I'm good. How y'all doing?
Can't complain, man.
Yeah, I mean, loving life. I mean, I'm at home all the time, you know, just making YouTube videos and podcasts, you know? So, yeah, I honestly...
That's pretty much what I do after work.
So, what you said, what have you been doing for work?
I'm a phlebotomist, so I pretty much work and go home. So,
Did you say you're a phlebotomist?
Okay, I thought that was just a skit. I watched that skit earlier, and I was like, this is really funny that he would have this much insight into this job, but, like, I didn't realize it was... You know, because I have like a bunch of guitar store jokes, but most people can't relate to those. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you just work at a music store, you just talk to other dumbass music store guys. But like, I'm not even a phlebotomist, and I was cracking up at those jokes because it's like, yeah, I've heard people in hospitals saying shit like that. I've heard my like aunts and uncles talk that exact way. Like, what was it?
Oh yeah.
Let me get your best guy. Bring Bobby in here with the butterfly. That shit was cracking me up, dude. So that's funny that you actually do that job. I didn't even assume that. I just thought, okay, that's good writing, man. So cool. All right.
Yeah, man. I've been a phlebotomist for 5 years now.
How'd you get into that? That's like, okay.
That's a good job, man.
Yeah.
2 years
Well,
you're in there, man. You know.
Yeah, I was actually going to go to nursing school, but I ended up changing my mind at the last minute. So I took the course out of curiosity because it didn't have any prereqs.
Okay. Yeah.
So I got in there and learned this stuff, and I ended up falling in love with it, and I've been doing it ever since.
That's really so you fell in love with the act of putting needles in people's bodies.
So, okay, I have so many questions about that because Xander, I'm just as surprised as you are that like he's actually a phlebotomist. Like,
yeah, that's cool. I respect the hell out of it.
Yeah. Okay. So like as
a comedy show, that just, you know,
as a phlebotomist, like, okay, what's the weirdest part of the job being a phlebotomist? Because I know it can get weird because you're giving, you're putting needles in people, and like a lot of people don't like needles. So like, what's the weirdest thing that's happened on the job?
Oh man, some patients that I have are just memorable characters. The creepy ones are the ones that freak me out all the time. It's like they always have some story to tell. And they make these crazy ass sex-like sounds when I'm drawing their blood, and it makes me cringe. So I can't really like do anything about it. I gotta be professional, but in my mind, I'm like, you nasty motherfucker.
Like, oh yeah, that's the vein.
Damn. Oh my god, dude.
I had this one dude one time. I was drawing his blood, and he was just like, yeah, right there. Yeah. I'm like, whoa. I was like looking at him. He didn't know I was looking at him. I'm just looking at him while I was drawing the blood. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So do you ever get like like former or current drug users with like track marks who just like be like, that's nothing, that's nothing. Like, is that ever?
Oh
happened
yeah.
to you?
Oh yeah, all the time. Some of them be so bad, I end up having to stick in their thumb.
Oh, jeez.
Ugh,
That's how bad it gets sometimes.
that's bad news.
Because yeah,
Dude.
I've heard of the in between the toes thing. Sorry, Xander, go on.
No, just no, yeah, that's what I had friends who were really into that back in Salt Lake City who had some, like, they were young, like early 20s and having that kind of problem. So like I can only imagine, like, when lifers are there, it's like, holy shit, dude. Ew.
Yeah.
That's
And they'll tell you up front, like, I used to do drugs, so you're probably gonna
yeah.
have a hard time. I'll be like,
They're
oh,
almost
all
proud
right,
of it.
cool.
They're kind of like stoked about it. They're like, yeah, my veins are fucking tough, man. Like fucking
Yeah,
all
dude,
right,
I
that's
swear.
cool, you know?
Oh man.
It's like that friend who like brags about all the fights he gets in. It's like that's not
Yeah.
cool,
It's
man.
like I don't want to
Like,
go
that means I
anywhere
don't
with
wanna-
you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take you out in public. You know, like that's fucking.
Yeah.
I've been in 20 fights. Like, you don't want to see me right now. Like, what? What?
So do you have like other family in the medical field, or is it just you?
As far as I know, some people in my family are nurses, CNAs, medical coding. They're pretty much all around. I don't know too many
Needs
other
healthcare people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean.
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful.
So okay, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room that I know anybody listening would want me to ask you. Since you work in the medical field, right now of all times, how fucking crazy is it? Because my mom works at a hospital, and like she comes home, and just brushes it off, and I'm like, I don't know how the fuck you're doing that, So like,
Yeah.
is it like crazy? Like, is it crazy? Is it as crazy as I think it would be?
Well, I work in a clinic,
Okay,
so
all right.
we keep a pretty tight ship in there because anybody that's like running fever or even coughing, like even a cold, we don't let them in.
Yeah.
So we do mostly appointments and stuff like that, but it gets pretty. It's getting pretty overwhelming now because people are having more courage to come out and get their lab work done and stuff. And we've had some busy days these past few weeks.
It's so wild that people are getting more confident while the numbers of cases are going up. You know what I mean? Like,
I think people are just fed up with it. They're just, I'm coming at the house.
I understand that, but
Yeah.
like, I understand the emotional side of it, but the logical side of it is like, no, it's worse now, guys. Stay home. Like, you don't
Yeah.
go back. In
Oh,
the
man.
house. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Yeah, I mean, I
just-
was telling Xander about it. Like, I don't know if it was on the podcast or not, but like, how like a few, like I think it was like late last month, I was just like so bored, and so I went to like the bar near my house because they had like outdoor seating and like music playing outside, and like I got there around like 9 o'clock, and so it wasn't super crowded. And then this guy like made this bonfire, and like 3 more bartenders came down to the bar that I was at, and like people just started like flooding in. I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah.
Oh man.
like it's not even worth it. And like, yeah, like, oh god, yeah, the whole pandemic is crazy. Yeah. So
respect to you for like still doing the phlebotomy thing, because that would be giving me anxiety every fucking time, man.
Yeah.
I'd be freaking out.
Oh, thanks, man.
so you're living in Arkansas now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what part of Arkansas are you in? I mean, don't like dox yourself or anything, but like,
No, dox yourself. That's what we're here for. This is actually my off thing.
I live in Fayetteville now. That's Northwest Arkansas.
Damn, we have a Fayetteville down here in Georgia.
Yeah.
It's
So-
Americans, dude, we're so creative.
So are you from Arkansas, or did you move there?
I was born in Florida, and I moved up here. I moved to Arkansas when I was 2.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wait, so how old are you
uh,
now?
I'm 27.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
How old are y'all?
I'm 25. I turned 20. Yeah, I just turned 25 in July. So-
I'm fucking 33. I'm an old guy.
Yeah. I mean, I feel old all the time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
It was weird. It's weird being 27. It really don't feel like it the way the way the year's been going. Don't feel like I turned 27.
Yeah, like I fucking turned 25 and I was just like, okay, now what? You know, because like,
Right.
it never feels like it. That's kind of the thing. That's my problem. Like, you know, like I'm a bit older than both of you guys, and it's like I still just want to play Super Nintendo games and get stoned all day and eat pizza. You know what I mean? Like, I think that you always kind of have your same basic impulses deep down inside. You just have to add, you know, career shit on top of that to make it fucking work.
Yeah, but like, it was weird because 25 was like back when I was like playing shows, I was always like thinking like, man, if I don't get, you know, where I want to be by 25, I'm going to hang it up. But I kind of hung it up before that and was like, well, I'm 25 and now I'm doing a new thing. So like, I guess there's no rules anymore. I guess, you know, there's no rules. I'm going to do whatever.
There's never any rules.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Well, and that's kind of, I like the
when I hit 25, I hit my knees.
You said, what about your knees?
I said, when I turned 25, I felt it at my knees.
Oh, yeah. Jeez.
That's how it happens. Yeah, that's where it starts. You turn 25, your knees start to hurt, and then like every year there's another thing. It'll be like a little part of your back, it'll be a little part of your shoulder, and then just one year after another, more, you know, it's just more shit like that. I was driving around with my dad the other day. I was helping my dad move a fucking washing machine, and he literally reached in his mouth and fucking pulled a tooth out.
Oh my god!
It makes me think of that shit from Always Sunny, where like Charlie's just pulling out his teeth.
It was exactly
and he's
that.
like, "Well, stop doing that." He's like, oh, "They're just coming out."
Yeah. I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, I never said that. I'm like, oh my god, Dad.
Oh my god.
Just take care of yourself. You know what I mean? You gotta.
So I guess to segue into music, let's talk about Paradigm a little bit. Cause,
that's I was coming into this thinking, oh, this guy does music and comedy. That's pretty cool. And now we have like Phlebotomist on top of that.
Right?
So it's a really interesting cocktail of careers, and I like it. It's really cool. It's a fascinating mind you must have. So yeah. I like this. I listened to Blue Eyed Devil before we did this, just to kind of get a taste of what you do. And I know that's an older song. It said like 2016 or something on the video. But
2016.
It was cool. It reminded me of like the more chill Deftones songs, and like Deftones is one of my favorite bands. So it's I was like, yeah, it was a cool vibe. I was like, okay, yeah, I could chill out to this. This is good stuff. So
appreciate it, man.
When I was telling him while we were like, you know, testing all this before we started recording, that like, you know, I'll listen to stuff when I'm like, you know, getting high and going to the store, you know, because it's like it's really good, like especially for this time of year. It's just like really good, just like trancey driving music.
It's got winter vibes for sure.
Yeah,
I didn't think of that until you said it, but yeah, it's got that just kind of. It's a little gray, but it still feels good. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So
before we dive deep into it, I wanted to ask you because, like, I first heard about you from that Tool parody video that you made, which hilarious.
Did you say Tool parody video?
Yeah, I showed you that video where he was just like every Tool song, and it was like this heavy ass thing.
Right.
And
that was you. Oh my god, yeah, that's fucking funny. Okay, yeah.
So
that was weeks ago now. Okay, I'm sorry, but yeah,
I saw that before I got into your music, and so like there is one song that you have that is like I wasn't sure if it was like a song where you were making fun of Tool or it was like a legit thing. It was oh shit, hold on, let me see if I can find the name of the song, because like I was listening to it and I was like, this is tight, but like I can't tell if he's fucking with me right now. It was Proxima Centauri.
That even
that's a real jam.
Okay, because the lyrics are like very like fucking, you know, like huge brain, you know, like spacey kind of shit. So I was just like, is he having a laugh or is this real?
That's so funny. That's so goddamn funny.
No, what's crazy? The story behind that song. Okay, I was practicing sampling. Do y'all watch Big Bang Theory?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, if you remember when Sheldon was singing the Star song, like walking down the stairs,
Yeah. Okay.
I've seen that.
he was
Song.
like
Yeah, I know.
Proxima Centauri. Then it sounded like a sample to me, and I was like, I gotta put that in a song.
Okay.
So
That's awesome. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
so I made one verse of it, but the rest of the song I pretty much just rapped the stars in order, like the way Sheldon did it. So
That's fucking cool. That's fucking cool.
Yeah,
dude.
that's what was giving me like
Why
major
not?
Tool
That's
vibes.
chill. Yeah. That is the type of thing Tool would do, man. Those guys just take acid and like think it's ridiculous shit.
Exactly.
So,
That's what I was like.
the thing is, like, naming all the stars in order is like actually, I think it's cooler than what Tool does, because Tool just makes shit up. It's like, you know, everything is just bizarre coming out of them. It's just, you know.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah,
yeah. So that's actually just doing some science shit. Like, if you could like make a chill, like soft metal song about that like teaches people how physics work, you'd be doing like a beautiful thing for society. You know?
Yeah.
somebody wants me to do that and wants me to name it Wolf 359, which is like a legit star name, and I'm actually
Okay.
thinking about doing that if I can just
Cool.
get a good concept about it.
So,
Shit, dude, I play too. I'll put some a guest track down if you need one, man. It's I'll jam about outer space any day.
I'm gonna hold you to that, bro. We're gonna work on that for real.
so
I'll put some space riffs out there, man. I've got echo pedals for days, man.
is Paradigm
Yes.
like your first project, or were you doing stuff before that?
Before Paradigm, I was what the hell. Okay, anyway. Before Paradigm, I did another project. I was Todd Tenacious.
I like that name. That's cool.
Sounds like a porn star.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my god.
You got a partner named Scott Stamina.
Oh my god. My cousin gave me that nickname, and I wore it with pride. And the older I got, the more I hated it. It makes me cringe now, because I still have my first EP from when I did Todd Tenacious, and
Cool.
I listened to it just to humble myself, to remember how far I've came from that
Oh man.
persona.
So
Yeah,
so how? Oh, sorry,
I'm
Xander, go
glad.
on.
I relate to that. I'm glad the MySpace music page from my high school days is deleted and gone, and just nobody can ever find it. It's over. You know what I mean? I know that feeling, dude.
Yeah, like my first project was this thing. It was like a solo project that I had. I called it Number Red because I thought that sounded cool and it rolled off the tongue. Yeah, I was also 14, and
Right.
I made an entire solo album by myself, and it was the
yeah.
worst thing. And like it's like
I did the same thing, bro.
Yeah, I recorded on my friend's computer, or my friend's mom's computer, and like she moved out, and like her mom got rid of the computer, and so those things are gone. And I'm like, yes, oh thank God, it's gone.
Dude, I mean, and that's like, I'm kind of tied into that. I'm down, you know, I've been cleaning out my dad's basement. I found a box of my like notebooks from junior high and high school.
Oh,
And
shit.
it's like, I just feel like there's this cursed energy around it. Like, whatever is in there is going to make me cringe so hard I might turn inside out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you don't hear from me for a few weeks, it's because I was reading my thoughts when I was 13 and just feeling ashamed.
Oh. So Todd, so Todd Tenacious was your first thing?
That's cool.
Yeah.
When did you start doing that?
It's
I started. When did I start? I started in 2010ish. I got fed up with playing with other people. The last band I was in before that missed out on the opportunity to open up for Paramore.
Oh shit.
So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna go do it myself. I'm done." So
Yeah, that's
so
understandable.
I pretty much I went solo out of anger, and I ended up like just, you know, learning how to do everything by myself, how to record stuff, and And then like as the years passed on, I learned more stuff, and my sound was starting to change, and I wanted to make a project that reflected that. So like 2015 came around, I launched Paradigm near the end of 2015.
Okay, so is Paradigm still just you, or have you added people to that?
This year I added two new people to it now. My singer, his name's Jonas Pantelis, and I have a drummer. Her name is Lauren Rivers. They're pretty
Awesome.
Nice,
good set of folks. Yeah.
nice.
It's anybody can make beats on their computer, but when you have an actual drummer who does that and their mind is drumming,
I wouldn't say anybody can
Yeah.
make beats.
Well, no, yeah, I wouldn't say that, but you can like there's always like a preset or something like that you can just pull up and make happen. When you jam with a drummer, when you play music with someone who understands rhythms like that, it's so much more.
Yes.
The vibe is so much better. This was the point I was trying to make. You know what I mean? Like I can program my own metal drum beats for my songs, but it's like I would so much rather have someone in the room that I can bounce those ideas off of. So that's cool.
I'm so relieved. I'm so relieved that I have people in my band now, because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've been doing this by myself for 5 years now, and just having people to throw ideas, like you said, like throw ideas with is such a relief. You don't, instead of doing everything by yourself, you can just send it in the track and like, hey, add on to this. It's so easy.
So are you jamming in person or just bouncing ideas off each other online, or how do you do it? How are you doing it COVID friendly? You know what I mean?
Well, we have to do it long distance anyway. My singer lives in Michigan,
Oh wow, okay.
and my drummer lives about 4 hours east of me.
Cool.
So how'd you guys meet?
So, well, Jonas, he found my YouTube channel and he wanted to cover one of my songs.
Whoa.
I didn't see it. I didn't want to. Yeah, I didn't want to see it. I didn't see it till after he messaged me on Facebook, and he was like, "Man, we should collab and stuff." I was like, "Hell yeah, bro, let's do it." And I was like,
a legit fan.
Yeah. I was like, "Yeah, what you got? Just send me what you got." He sent me an original that he did called Overdose, and I was just like blown away with his voice. I was like, "Holy shit!" I was like, "I gotta have you in my group."
Awesome.
So
That's so cool.
I did like a test run with him. We did Snake in the Walls, if you haven't listened to that one yet, and he totally killed it. I was like, "You're in. Let's do it."
Hell yeah. I love that, dude.
And
It's like so
and Lauren,
real. Like I love that.
thanks, man. And Lauren, she found my YouTube channel too, and she was like, "You ever need a drummer? Just hit me up." I was like, "Bet." So it just YouTube brought all of us together.
So how long
This
have you
is
been
like-
posting on YouTube?
I didn't start posting seriously on YouTube until probably 2015.
Yeah.
I've had it since 2011, but I didn't take it seriously until I started doing my solo stuff.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
this is like a message for all the kids out there. It's like just put your art out there, find the people who appreciate it, and you'll get there eventually. You're gonna blow the hell up.
Because I
man.
mean, that's how I met Xander. Because like I was already doing this podcast, and like I was like, like after my last band kind of split up, I was wanting to get into YouTube stuff because like my girlfriend showed me a That's Cringe video, the ones like Cody Co and like Noel Miller and shit. And like I was like, oh fuck, I want to do something like that. And so like I started getting into that and like doing the podcast, and like Xander, came on the podcast and like, basically gave him the rundown for everything that I was wanting to do. And he was like, yeah, fuck yeah, man.
Dude, I was kind of trying to start the same show on my own, and I was like, well, why not I just work on your show and then we blow up, try to work together on that. It worked out pretty nice so far. Still got a lot of work to do, but we're only like a year in at this point.
Yeah, about a year and a half in. Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty fun, man. So your story is inspirational. That's what I'm saying.
So
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Okay.
Are you more about the music or more about the comedy? Like, is the comedy like the a wedge to get people into your music,
I was just
or
about
is
to
it?
ask that.
Yeah, is it like a synergistic relationship, or are they independent entities? I don't know.
See, this is my thing. Like, I started off with comedy act to be honest, but music will always be my passion.
Yeah.
I started doing videos during the Vine days.
Oh
Okay.
shit! So you've been around that long? Whoa. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's funny.
When people found out I did music on the side, they were like, oh shit, he does both. Let's see what he got.
Yeah.
Pulling an
But, like,
Adam
I
Sandler
learned-
on him.
So I learned, when people find out you do this and do the other, they will stay. So that's why I used comedy to promote my music. I would like do like some funny shit and like da 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 da. Hey, check out Paradigm.
Smart moves, dude. That's awesome.
I mean, yeah, I that's kind of what I do with my electronic project, but it's like I'm not as serious with that as you are with Paradigm, like at all. Like basically, like it started, with the whole YouTube videos, because when I made the channel, I put, my band's like last couple music videos on the channel to be like, okay, here's my music, and I'm gonna make some other stuff, and so I started making, the videos, getting into comedy and shit, and when I'd get depressed, I would make this electronic music and make these videos and put that up, and like,
It's good music.
yeah, that was.
Chill wave.
Yeah,
Lo-fi.
it's called Fixing Nothing. I'll send you a link later. It's not that
It's good
important.
shit.
But like that was what was getting views before my comedy stuff, and then, you know how YouTube goes. You post one video and fucking shit could just go nuts overnight.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
'Cause I said one white guy shouldn't say the N-word, and then half the internet got mad at me, and and then people found my YouTube channel, so it was cool. It was all right.
Yeah. I like the ones that's like.
What's up?
I like the one that's like. I like the ones that are like. I stayed for the videos, and for the videos, stayed for the tunes. That's like got them.
Oh yeah.
You got a real fan then. That's fucking cool.
Yeah, I love it.
So like,
good shit, man.
What's like? Tell me about like some of the inspiration, like some of the stuff that like that you've listened to that kind of like shaped the sound that you've come up with for Paradigm.
Oh man, my influences, yeah, they run everywhere. The main root of Paradigm is 90s grunge. That's
sure.
Yeah, like when people listen to my music, they'd be like, "Oh, I hear Nirvana and this and 90s that." I'm like, "Yes."
That's cool. Oh, yeah. That's
and I love indie too. I got into a really big indie binge in college, and it just stuck with me. So I put that in there. Some hip hop R&B influences in some songs. You hear a lot of different influences when it comes to my stuff, because I don't stick with just one style. I like to keep it, diverse and let people know, this is what I grew up on all my life,
Why limit yourself, right? Just go for it.
Yeah, I call it a non-genre restricted band.
Yeah,
that's cool. I respect that. That's kind of, and I think that's what the couple tracks I heard, it was kind of, I think that's why my mind went to Deftones, because they're the only other group that's like mainstream that kind of does that, where it's like they'll do a Sade cover and then they'll do like the heaviest fucking song you've ever heard.
It's Sade. Sade.
Sorry, yeah, I didn't hit the right S, but yeah, but you know what I'm saying. It's like,
Hey.
Dude, it's an hour later than I was planning on it. I'm 4 more cocktails in, okay? 4.
Yeah, we were all set up like an hour before because
You're like, time zones.
I completely forgot
shit.
you were in Arkansas, and you were like, "Wait, what time is it there?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" And yeah, it's like, "Oh, he's in Arkansas," and so I was like,
I was all pre-gamed up, man.
Yeah.
But it's all good.
Yeah, I was on my way when you called me. I was like, what the fuck? Why you calling me now?
Yeah.
I
Oh
just
yeah,
got
we're
off
doing this
work.
one in traffic. That's one of the bits we do.
Yeah.
We try to get you when you're really stressed out and pissed off. You know what I mean?
Let me get those
Just come on
back
camera.
in
What the
there.
fuck y'all want?
Ah, shit. I'm either popping a suspender or popping out my headphones. God damn. Oh, jeez.
So, Todd, I assume in the medical industry you need a lot of caffeine. How do you take your coffee?
Honestly, bro, I really don't drink coffee like that.
Damn, I had a feeling you'd say that. I don't know why. How do you how do you get through the day? How do you do it, man? I don't understand. You don't.
Bro, I really money.
That'll do it.
Yeah. That's my philosophy
I
too.
like-
If you just pay people to work, they'll work. You know what I mean? You just got to pay them.
Yeah, like
Jesus.
I like making money and I gotta pay bills and have fun
Yeah.
and stuff. So yeah,
That's
gotta
So
get beer too. So
Yeah. So
not-
yeah. Do you
what
have?
you're not a Mountain Dew, a Monster Energy. What do you do? A Red Bull? Come on. Fruits and
cocaine,
Man,
anything like that?
methamphetamine.
don't tell nobody that. No.
Yeah, it's like I assume as a phlebotomist, you probably have to like pass a drug test pretty regularly. You know, I mean, am I wrong, or is that the case? Yeah.
In some spots you do, in some spots you don't.
Okay, because I was gonna be like, what
Yeah.
what are your? Do you have any like? What are your vices? Like, how do you unwind after a long day of stabbing people?
Oh, stabbing people. No, at the end of soft stab, definitely. At the end of the week, I don't think I could tell a patient that I'm gonna softly stab you.
I'm just gonna give you a gentle little stab right in the arm. That word.
No, it's when I go home, I have a beer or two, depending on how the week went. Get in front of a TV, mellow out, play some guitar, just chill, turn my phone off.
Do you play video games or anything like that?
Not like I used to. If I'm playing a video game, I'm mainly playing Madden. So
Okay. So are you like a sports games guy or?
with only football. I used to be in the basketball games a lot, but I've been playing Madden since Nintendo 64. So
Yeah.
football games got my heart.
I gotta say, if I'm playing an N64 football game, I'm going for Blitz, just because it was like the
Ooh.
Mortal Kombat of football games. It had like finishing
Oh,
moves and
yeah.
touchdowns
Yeah.
and shit, where they'd like throw the guy back 10 yards. And like, oh my god, I love that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking, that's cool though. I respect that. That's like, you know, I know people who like they just do COD and just all COD all the time, and it's like,
Was
That
it?
was me in high school.
yeah.
So you what were the games that you used to be into like back when you did?
We do a retro video game thing, man. This is our bread and butter.
Yeah.
Oh man, I used to be in them a lot. I used to play all the Call of Duty games. I was really big into Mass Effect.
Okay.
yeah.
All
Cool.
right.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh my god, I've been
I've never
thinking about
finished one,
just.
but I've played them just a little bit here and there, and they're fucking cool.
You never finished them? Oh my!
Yeah,
What?
I'm like 10 years behind on video games, dude. It's like kind of my gimmick.
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know. They're on the list. Trust me. Yeah, it's
Hey,
like.
I'm gonna give you.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I've like played them a little bit and like seen the cutscenes and be like, I need this in my life, but I just haven't actually done it yet. You know what I mean? It's like that restaurant you know is good, but you never go to. That's where I am with Mass Effect right now. You know.
Oh man. Okay, I'm gonna give you some advice. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, one is gonna suck, but you gotta finish it.
Okay. Noted. It's
Hey,
worth the small-
two-
Yeah.
2 is the best one,
Okay.
and the ending of 3 would disappoint you.
Okay.
Damn.
But
I feel like
oh
you
my god,
described the Star Wars prequels to me. But yeah, I'm ready for it. Though.
3
It's
was the
cool.
best prequel. Okay.
Yeah, you're,
relax.
but the, yeah. But 3 ended
I
with
couldn't get Star Wars.
no.
Oh jeez.
But yeah, they're on the list. I'm gonna play them. I'm still working on like Mario 1 and like Sonic 2 right now. So,
Oh
I'm like
hell
that.
yeah.
I'm way back on the list, but Mass Effect is coming up. I assure everybody.
So yeah,
It's,
you said you go home, you have a beer, you sit in front of a TV. What's some of the what's been your go-to lately? Like a TV show or like a recent movie you've seen or anything like that.
It's been all around the place. It varies depending on what mood I'm in. Like sometimes I will sit all night and just watch football highlights.
Okay, from
I
like
don't
what
know.
era?
I'm not, any of them. Like I don't know something about football
That's cool.
highlights. They're soothing to me. Or
Did you ever play football? Is that why you're into it so much, or?
No. It's been
Okay.
I've loved football ever since I was a kid. I started to play football in middle school, but I ended up quitting to join
I did
ROTC.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
You're an ROTC. Okay, yeah, we'll get into that in a second.
That's cool too. I tried to play football in the 6th grade, and about 2 or 3 months in, I got tackled by 3 kids at once and broke a rib, and I'm just like, I'm out. I'm done.
Damn.
And,
Yeah.
You got 2 weeks where you're just sitting like this, and every breath is like, like it was just so bad, dude. It's like I'm done with sports forever. I'm a nerd. I got so far in Pokemon Blue that year. You know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna do that.
Oh, man.
You know?
Yeah, honestly, you're better off not playing football. You probably avoided a lot
Yeah.
of concussions.
But I get like just watching the highlights. Like I never watch an actual game of any sport, but I love the ESPN highlight reels where they just show you the good parts. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like the sampler platter at the bar. It's like I don't need 50 wings, but give me 5 wings, 2 egg rolls, and like also a quesadilla. Like, fuck yeah, dude. Like just the best.
That's a perfect description.
Yeah, that's actually.
yeah.
Wow, it's Xander with the hot takes, the real good hot takes.
Dude, the food analogy is like that's how I do it, dude. And everybody understands food.
Speaking of food,
I felt that on a personal level.
speaking of food, Todd, don't you also cook? Like I saw you
yeah.
made like
I cook,
some dope ass quiche like the other weekend. Like,
Oh shit! See, that's
man.
Comedy, rock and roll, and cooking, bro. This is what we do. I love this, man.
Yeah, man. I love cooking. I've been cooking ever since I was 9. I grew up in a house full of women, so that was something that you had to learn.
nice.
Same.
Because my family was like, "Hey, you gonna learn to cook for yourself. Ain't no woman going around. Cook. You need to learn to do it yourself." So I'm like, all right.
When you're in a house full of women and they're all working all the time, and it's like, look, you and your little sister are gonna be home alone, so you're gonna have to figure out how to make spaghetti. It's like, okay, teach me to make spaghetti.
I mean,
That was me and my little brother. I was like, heat the oven up, cook this, cook that, or whatever, and I was like, all right, cool.
Bro.
I learned to cook around the same time. Like, I was in like 4th grade and I started cooking, and I mean, fuck, like I love cooking, and honestly, I got out of working in restaurants and stuff because it was terrible. It sucked real bad, and now since I've kept the skills, I'm setting up the path to being on my way to be a stay-at-home husband. Just cooking and cleaning. I'm working on it. I can't wait.
It works though.
I cannot wait, cause like my girlfriend's in the animal medical field, and I'm like, oh, fucking swish,
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
And like we were talking about it, and she's like, okay, so if you're gonna have the food ready and the house clean, every night
all day.
I'm like, that shit doesn't take that shit doesn't take all day. It really doesn't take all day. It takes
You'll be the perfect model for my tactical sundress. We're making this. Since there's so many gender fluid people coming out these days, we're doing the tactical masculine sundress, bro. So
Yeah.
that, you know, cis straight dudes can wear it. Anybody can wear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You'll have a pocket for all your different knives and spatulas and cleaning products, dude. You'll just have them there on deck.
I was
Like sexy as hell in your heels.
okay. I'm not doing the heels; those are just uncomfortable. I was telling her, I was like, that shit takes like 2 hours tops. It's like I could do whatever I want all day, and then the 2 hours before we get home, I just fancy up the place. Shit, fucking get a dog. Give me a challenge. You know,
Yeah.
like. So
Some pets you're allergic to, man. You'll be fine.
yeah. So
Man.
you know, not to pry or anything like that. But Todd, let's go into the background. You know what? Let's rummage through the file cabinet a little bit. You know, like what was so yeah, you said you moved to Arkansas when you were 2. What was that like growing up in Arkansas? You know, a house full of women. Like, were your parents still together, or what was the sibling situation? You know, tell me all about it, man.
Oh, well, parents got divorced when I was 2, and my mom wanted to move closer to family.
Okay.
So
To that.
I'm from Southeast Arkansas, a little town called Crossit. I love growing up there. I love growing up with a house full of women. It was nice. I learned a lot. I'm not the man today if it wasn't for them.
Good.
I got 3 other brothers in Minnesota, and
Whoa.
you know they mean everything to me too. And I got a brother back down south too.
You're such a sweet guy, man. I feel like, you know, like, if anything, like whatever you gained or lost from that scenario, you came out a big sweet dude. So it's like, hell yeah, bro. Like, power to you.
Yeah, man. I was like,
you love and appreciate everything. That's why, like, I think that's why the comedy and the music comes off as so authentic. Because I have the opposite problem. I kind of hate everything. And so like everything I do just comes off as like misanthropic and sad, and like yours is just like love, dude. And I really respect that. It's fucking cool, man.
No, don't get me wrong. I was in my teens. I was a little shit when I was a teen.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Me too.
I was an asshole. Like
I got in some trouble.
I got in trouble, but it wasn't like major trouble. Like, you know, it was like lying and making bad grades and arguing with my moms and stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
And it was. And I grew up to be more appreciative of the things that I have and not take advantage of things. My biggest problem was looking at what I didn't have, and I started looking at things that I do have.
Okay, I see what you're saying. You're always just like, well, why can't I have that? And like, you know, okay, all right.
And my mom always taught me. She was like, if you want something, you got to work for it. You got to get it. Nobody's going to get it for you.
It's not easy.
And I've had that. She had that in the back of my head for the longest time, and that's what, you know, got me to where I am today. You know, just working hard and keeping at it, staying consistent. You know.
So how many siblings do you have?
I'm the oldest of 5.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah. If I did my math right, it's me. I got a brother back down south and 3 in Minnesota.
Wow.
I'm the oldest.
Do they have the ones in Minnesota? Do they have the accent, the Minnesota accent? Have they like developed that?
You know what's crazy? I talked to them. Dad put me on a video chat with them Saturday, and I really can't tell. I probably have to listen. I probably have to listen to him in person.
Yeah.
But I can't tell. My dad doesn't have the accent at all, and he's from where I'm at. He still sounds the same to me. So
okay, yeah, I've been watching a lot of Fargo, so like it's just like that whole like Midwestern accent just like interests me so much because it's like it's almost Canadian, but like it's not. You know, it's like got like an American Southern twang to a Canadian accent. It's
There's a Mormon version of that in Salt Lake City. But I had a few.
Whoa.
I grew up in Utah, so like I had teachers who had like it's like this.
Oh boy.
It's similar to the Minnesota accent, but it's a little bit different. There's like a little bit of Texas in it, and there's a little bit of the South in it, and it's very bizarre. Like I can't even replicate it. Like,
hey, tell me something about Utah though. I heard y'all be getting down over on the down low.
getting down on the down low.
Like
What
how
do you
so?
mean?
Like, I heard like y'all like party the most over there, but y'all don't. But y'all keep it a secret. Is that true?
So, you know what it is in Salt Lake City. You're either a Mormon or you're not a Mormon, but for some reason the people who aren't Mormons feel like they need to become like the anti-Mormon up there. So like part of why I wanted to leave is like everybody who does party in Salt Lake City goes as hard as they can. They're like heroin and meth and cocaine on acid. I'll do all of it right now. And it's like,
Oh shit!
and I just want to smoke a joint and like play Tekken. Like I'm not trying to go that fucking hard. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like that's kind of basically anywhere else in the country you can find people who just want to chill and hang out. But in Salt Lake City, everybody who parties is like partying way too hard because the Mormons are so oppressive. They make you feel like you have to. And it's just it's a really bizarre thing. Like, you know, when you go to the liquor store and the guy at the cash register is a fucking cop, like literally, like that's just, you feel like you need to go do cocaine immediately after that. You know what I mean?
Oh my god!
I don't relate to that feeling, but that's like most of the people who I know in Salt Lake City. They act that way, and they're, I don't know.
Oh, you're buying alcohol. You're such a sinner.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh, how dare you? We need to check your ID. We need to make sure you've got your birth certificate. Like it's not.
Heard of Jesus? Like, come on.
Yeah, and
Ever heard of
and it's
Jesus?
not, and that's in the Mormons. Like that's the thing. It's like not even Christianity. There's like a whole extra Bible with the Mormons. So I always like.
There's a whole extra Bible.
Yeah, they have the Bible and the Book of Mormon. So it's like there's a whole other. It's like extra credit on.
Wait,
top
they
of
do both?
Christianity.
I thought it was just one or the other.
No. It's the Book of Mormon is Bible Part 3.
That's so confusing. I can't.
Yeah,
know.
it's like it's like Old Testament, New Testament, and then the Book of Mormon, and that's how they break it down, and it's the trilogy. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
god.
yeah, it's
Mormons are so aggressive. Like I remember one time I was on a bus ride home. I was on a bus ride home. I got cornered by Mormons while the bus was driving.
Oh man,
I was just listening to my music. I was like listening to my music, just chilling, and these two. Oh yeah, they were like two fine white girls too. I was just like, oh shit, bet. And then I put my headphones down, and she was like, "What's
pretty
your
white
religion?"
girls
I'm like,
wearing button-down shirts with ties. You're like, all right, yeah, okay. It's like the sexy
And I
part
was
of the
just like-
FBI. Let's do this.
yeah, I was like, you motherfuckers. I should have just kept quiet. And she was like, well, we want to invite you to the church and da 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 da. And she gave me a Bible. I think I still have that Bible that she gave me. I actually went to a couple of services. Pretty cool.
Wow.
But you know,
Yeah,
I didn't.
That's the thing. They're not bad people. It's just, you know, it's.
I don't know. I've gone to white people church a couple times, and it's just like, I know this might sound mean, but
Go for it though. I'm not afraid.
growing up going to black church, you know, there's
Black church is so much more fun.
It's awesome. There are people wearing big hats and fainting and all this shit.
Fans,
You go to
fans, dude.
you go to white
There's that
church.
guy in the front playing bass and just killing it. Just
Oh yeah, they got a whole
Oh,
fucking
God.
spaced in drum kit. It's awesome. And then
God,
you
dude.
go to white church and it's like a dude with an acoustic guitar and like three other white girls. Yeah. And like
Yeah.
But
it's like unseasoned.
Todd, your version is what the Mormon church is like. They don't do the guitar thing at Mormon church. That's not allowed. That's too hip. They're doing like hymns and shit like that about like when Jesus was resurrected in North America, and there's this whole racist thing. Like black people were not allowed to be Mormons until like the 70s. Like that's a fact. Like
See,
that's
okay.
yeah.
Dude,
Yeah, dude.
like,
Yeah, so they've got some fucking bizarre beliefs. They have all this outer space shit going on where like God lives on a planet like millions of miles
Jesus.
away, and like it's
Oh
god,
my
dude.
god!
It's
Oh,
bizarre. It's really funny.
I drew the line. I drew the line when they say that mixed races is a sin, and I'm
yeah.
like, oh
boy.
no,
Yeah.
oh no,
I
no,
think they
no.
literally teach the what is it? You know, the Cain and Abel story where Cain was the first guy who like killed somebody.
Yeah.
They say that was the curse was that's the first black person, and so like
Jesus.
Are
yeah.
you serious?
So
Oh God.
yeah, that's just in the Book of Mormon, and
I'm
it's like,
sorry. What?
yeah. That's like it's like baked into the cake that like that is just in there. So
See, this is why white
Again.
church is like unseasoned food, dude. Like,
dude, being raised Lutheran in a Mormon town, it was like none of you guys are all fucked. You guys are all fucked. I'm sorry. Like I don't know how you feel about it, but personally, no Jesus for me. I just do I think I just want to be a cool person and love people.
yeah.
I think I can do that.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't do religion. I don't do religion. I'm more.
Yeah.
I'm like agnostic / spiritual. Like I do believe in God, but I don't believe in like, you know.
I've been high enough on mushrooms to think that there's a superpower out there. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's kind of where my head is at.
Oh man.
I respect spirituality and like all that shit. It's like there must be something more than us because I'm not that smart. I'm a kind of a dumb guy. I don't know if you guys noticed.
The South. I grew up in the South all my life. Oh my God, it really ruined how Christianity really is.
Yeah.
People down here pretty much they will take the Lord's word and just make it into their own.
Yeah.
And just make it seem like God is racist. You know.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I mean,
they do that. Yeah. No
race Nixon. Like what the hell?
But that's the thing that I always go back to. This is going to be a cliche by the time this episode comes out because I know I've used this line with other people, but it's like fucking if you read the Bible and you just read the pink lines when it's just Jesus talking, those are like the Beatles lyrics. It's just like love everybody, dude. It's like why wouldn't you just forgive people? You know what I mean? Like there's literally a line where he's like, don't go to church, man, just make the world your church. It's cool, man. And it's like if every so-called Christian would just read the pink parts, the whole world would be fucking rad. But they read all the other shit.
Imagine that, you know?
Yeah, imagine all the people. But
I'm not saying we're bigger than Jesus, but I mean, come on.
We're saying the same thing and we're putting it to a danceable beat, man.
Come on.
Fucking, yeah, dude.
You love Sergeant Peppers.
So that's kind of the thing. Like, I feel like in a lot of ways, I'm a little bit more of a Christian than people who go to church on every Sunday because I'll hang out with prostitutes and poor people all day, dude. They're great folks. I'll buy them a beer and
you've been friends with me for like, for a while. Yeah,
and you do both of those things.
Exactly. So I'm just, I'm a drug addled whore man, and I'm also
crazy
poor.
though about what's crazy about Christianity though, like what people act like what they think they are. It's not how a Christian's supposed to be.
Yeah, and that's why I.
And my mom always raised me. She was like, love, love your neighbor, whatever. Don't judge.
Yeah.
If you see something that you don't agree with that person is doing, that's not your place to say anything about it. Just pray to him. Just pray about it.
Right.
Pray for him. Don't look like
Yeah, I do believe that, but also I feel like
judge not lest ye be judged.
Yeah, but I also do feel like we live in a time where some people do such like vile shit that it's like sometimes you got to be like, "Hey, yo, dude, what the fuck?"
Well, so oh man, I didn't even write it down, but like that thing about Joel Osteen getting something like $4 million in this new bailout, where we all got 600. You know, and he's like, he runs a mega church and has all this fucking money in this huge mansion, and he got $4 million because he needed it.
Those mega pastors are crooks, bro. Like
Such
they
crooks,
just.
dude.
Oh my god! My grandma, she used to be like a big fan of all of them, and now she hates them because she finally saw who they really were.
And then fucking Killswitch Engage came on.
Yeah, I came back to that and I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Dude, that record came out when I was like 17, and I saw them live. I had like an overdose of nostalgia real quick because I hadn't listened to it since then. I had to like run upstairs and come out. Well, I think it was that one when with the Heart of whatever. I don't know.
And I think it was End of Heartache.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heart of Heart Hardy, you know, all those bands, all the early 2000s metal bands. It was like My Dying Dear, Darling, Death of the Destructive Doom.
It's funny because like I heard about Killswitch Engage when I was like in like 9th grade, and I had have you guys ever heard of a band called King's X?
Oh yeah,
King's X.
That
sounds familiar. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, like they were like a band, you know, moderately
very
large.
very shreddy metal though. Like they were almost like jazz metal guys. You know what I mean? Like jazz guys playing metal is how I should say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, I love the way he said that, shreddy metal.
Yeah. You know what I mean? The guys, when you bring your guitar way up here, you know he's gonna be like.
Yeah, right.
I'm the opposite. Mine's way down here, and I'm like da 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 da.
But yeah, like the guy from the guy from Killswitch sounds a lot like the guy from King's X. So like when I like heard Killswitch, like everybody's like freaking out about it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool. Have you guys ever heard King's X though? Because like it's a little jazzy.
I was so that guy like all through high school. Like, oh, you like Good Charlotte? Have you heard of Green Day?
I mean, I was just biased because they were friends with my dad. You know.
I'm so guilty of that. Oh my god.
And it doesn't come from like a mean place. Like you're trying to level them up. You're trying to be like, can I upgrade you, please? I would like to help. But you sound
like a dick every time.
You always sound like an asshole, and you just learn to stop doing it. You're just like, you know what you like. You're fine.
Yeah.
The older you get, the more you realize, like, I sound like a douche right now.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like unless somebody asks for like a song suggestion, I'm just like, no, you're fine. Like I don't want to give somebody like something that they don't like, and then they're just like, oh well, this sounds like such and such, and then that nerd rage goes on in my brain of like, yeah, it sounds like them because they fucking copied what I sent you, and like
the older I get, the more I get into like just trance and like weird music, and I know that I can't just put that shit on at a party these days. You know what I mean? Like. If it like when we were recording the fucking fettuccine video, if they'd been like, Xander, put some music on, it would have been a buzzkill. Nobody would like it would have not been good. It would have been some like angry yelly shit, and everybody would look at me like I was an asshole. So you know, I don't put that opinion on anybody anymore. It's all good.
I can't stand the ones that's like. You ask them, you know, what are you listening to? Oh, trust me, you've never heard of them.
You've never heard of them.
Oh, God.
Well, if you don't get your ass on somewhere.
If you don't get your fucking 500 days of summer looking ass out of here.
I swear, bro. Like, they get on my nerves, man. Like,
jeez.
And it ended up being like some fucking band like Tesseract. Like, bitch, I know who Tesseract is.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's fucking now. It's like there's so much music that I don't know about. It's like just fucking tell me what it is. If I don't know, like I got on a Jamiroquai kick over like the last couple of weeks because it was around when I was younger, but like somehow by irresponsibility of every adult around me, they just let it go. Nobody let me grow up with Jamiroquai, and I'm real mad about that. Okay, it's like
the crazy world we're living in. I love that. Hey, Jamiroquai's my shit.
Virtual insanity.
Like that's one of those things. On face value, that sounds like a weird thing to get into, but it's like at the other side of that is like that song is badass, and I'm sure he's got some deep cuts that are fucking
and he had
awesome,
that fucking
right?
Napoleon Dynamite song that I
True.
did not know was Jamiroquai until like a month ago. And again, I'm very upset. Like, fucking
the video alone is like one of the greatest videos of all time. Because I was
sliding around with all the furniture is moving and shit. Like,
yeah, that was me. Like I always like try to slide like him in the videos and shit. That video low key gave me an aneurysm, but I still watched it.
Careful.
So I just brought up what I'm been listening to with Jamiroquai and like Chromeo and like a lot of like funky shit like that. Todd, what's been on your recently played? What you been on? What you been big on recently, man?
Oh my god, bro. I've been on Spotify lately, and this past weekend I was on a early 2000s metal playlist.
Oh, new metal.
And Bullet for My Valentine started playing.
Oh,
nice. Oh
boy.
So I was really, that's where my Bullet for My Valentine video came from the other day. I was like, holy shit.
Dude, Tears Don't Fall. Oh my god. Come on now.
That was like one of my go-to bands when I was angry in high school. I was always angry.
Same.
I've been listening to Opeth, Chevelle.
You said Opeth.
Down.
Oh my god, man! I could talk Opeth all fucking day. That's one of my all-time favorite bands, dude. Oh my god. What's your favorite Opeth record?
Damnation.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's mine's Deliverance, the sister album. So that's
I will listen to Window Pane like on repeat.
Yeah. Hell yeah. That's good shit.
Okay, so
have you?
Oh, sorry. Go. What were you asking?
Yeah, keep going. I'm sorry to interrupt on that. That's just you hit one of my favorite bands, so I had to.
Have you guys ever heard of Dirty Vegas?
Dirty Vegas? No, I've never heard of them.
No,
oh my god. Okay, if you ever get a chance, it's a guilty pleasure. I have early '90s, 2000s like electronic music is like a super guilty pleasure of mine.
Like Prodigy, like Aphex Twin, that kind of shit.
Atari Teenage Riot, anybody? Oh my god.
Oh yes.
A little bit of mindless self-indulgence, if you will.
Listen to Days Go By Dirty Vegas. It's such a bop. I love it so much.
Okay.
All
right.
I'll still dance my ass off to that song.
So there's something I want to drop on before we move on. You said you were a really angry kid back in high school.
Yeah.
I can relate. I was, I'm sure Xander kid too, because it's like some people are just fucking pissed off back then, but it's like, I see something new that I realized myself a while ago. It's like I was so fucking angry about so many things back then, but like now it takes so much to piss me off. Like I'll get people think I'm mad, but it's like I'm just I'm just playing it up because I want to have a laugh about something. It's like I'm not really mad. I just think something's so stupid that it's like you need to know. But it's like, I mean, for me, it was just kind of saying fuck it, and just taking perspective and realizing there's really not that much to be mad about. So like, what was it for you that kind of helped you get from that to like where you are now? Because you're a super fucking nice dude now. Like,
it's just, man, I'll tell you, it's lessons that I've learned. I'll tell you what happened. I realized what I was doing when I almost lost my best friend. Like
death or like just relationship?
No, just relationship. Like, okay, my best friend. No, God, I don't know what I would do if I lost my best friend.
I almost murdered my best friend. I realized my anger was out of control. No, just kidding. I'm just.
Like we were in middle school. Like you know how middle school is. Like you starting to get into that teenage
Yeah, I
You got
got.
the
Figure out
older-
what being an adult means.
Yeah, we got siblings
whatever
in
that
middle
is to you.
school.
Yeah, both of us. Yeah, it's fucking
you
weird,
got
man.
you got people in the high class making fun of you and shit, and
Yeah.
I got bullied a lot as a kid. So
I got bullied by dudes way smaller than me. I've always been like the tall guy and the like kind of heavy set big guy, and I would have like little like 5 foot dudes come up and shove me and like try to pick fights. Like, don't make me do that. I don't want to hurt you, dude. Like,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
was that what it was like for
just
you?
just a weird time, like.
I got made fun of because of my weight, because of how I talk, the music I listen to. It was all.
They said
it
you
was
were into,
sad. And
that white people shit.
yes, yeah. And people didn't understand it. They was like, "Oh man, you just want to be white." I'm like, "Bro, it's music. How can you what?"
How can you? Yeah, how can you talk white? Like, yeah. I mean, yeah, like my dad got that shit. So like, I totally get it.
Like I can't really help the way I talk because I've been talking like this since I was little, and
It doesn't sound weird to me.
Yeah, no, like
my mom and my grandmas, they were like really big into grammar, so like there was like no slang, no nothing. You talk right,
You speak
proper English,
fine. Right? Yeah, dude.
yeah.
That's
So
bizarre
like
that they would talk to you like. I mean,
yeah, it's stupid sometimes.
I hate
Yeah.
that for you, bro. I mean, I thought I had fucking like punk rock friends like in the fucking white ass suburbs of Salt Lake City kind of do the reverse on me. Like I liked a lot of hip hop music too with all my fucking heavy metal. That was part of liking Korn as a kid. It was like Ice Cube's on this. Have you heard fucking Ice Cube, dude? And you like get real into it. And you find out about NWA.
You got your white friends calling you a fellow white person the N-word. You're like, all right.
and then straight up just coming out like they're like, nah, dude, we're Nazis. Like if you bring any fucking minorities around here, we will fuck all of you up. I'm like, are you? Is that for real? Like I heard that shit in Salt Lake City. I had for real like good friends I had to cut ties with because they were just openly advocating for Nazi shit, and it's like, like.
I got accused of being racist of my own people, bro. Like because of who I am.
Exactly. They're like, what are you, race trader? You want to listen to Busta Rhymes? Like, no, dude, it's just cool music. Just give me some more.
It's so stupid sometimes. Like
thing, man. And it's
my little brother's going through it right now. He's becoming like more alternative and goth and stuff, and people don't like understand it. Yeah, people don't understand it. And I have to tell him that people will hate what they don't understand. If you don't like, there's a point where you just got to stop explaining yourself and just do you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's what I had to learn.
It's you get out of middle school, high school, and this is a message for all the kids out there listening to us because we market heavily to teenagers. That's kind of our thing. Honestly though, like I wish I had heard this growing up, was like eventually they just stop caring and you can just live your life and be whoever the fuck you want to be. You know what I mean? You want to be a heavy metal comedy phlebotomist, man, fucking go for it, dude. That is cool as shit to me. You know what I mean? Like that's
like
it just you got to defy everybody's expectations, and just embrace whoever the fuck you are.
I mean, eventually you stop giving a fuck. Like the me from 5 or 8 years ago would look at me now and be like, what the fuck? You're wearing a chain, you're wearing all these colors, like what the fuck? Like I used to just fucking wear all black all the time. I wanted to be, so like I was so, into my own shit of like I'm fucking, I might not be punk, but I'm still anti-establishment, and like I'm still gonna wear all black, and I'm still gonna fucking, like all the shit that you don't like. And then like eventually it was just like, dude, fucking just wear a pink shirt. You know you want to. Like,
just like the things you like and don't worry about it.
yeah, okay, like there's an example I just thought of since you're wearing scrubs. I remember like around the time I was like breaking this habit, I was dating this girl and we were gonna go to a Halloween party, and like she was like, "What's your costume gonna be?" And I didn't think of anything, and so I just borrowed a pair of my mom's scrubs, and I was just like, I don't know, I'm an RN, and you know. Exactly.
Phlebotomist.
That was the joke, yes. And so it's like, yeah, I'm wearing these fucking mint green scrubs to a fucking Halloween party full of like,
fuck yeah,
you know,
man. Yeah.
full of people who would like see me in that and be like, the fuck? And like, you know, it's like that night I just that was kind of where like that, like something snapped, because I was just like, fuck it, dude. I got this girl next to me who's like totally cool with this, to the point where I'm totally cool with this. I'm getting drunk as fuck and having a great time. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I don't even care, dude. Like, and
Yeah.
so yeah, you know, like I told Xander, like, yeah, this is the second chain that I've got this year. Like, I was about to buy like my first one, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna get an earring. I'm gonna get a chain. I want it. You know, and I just fucking went and did it.
Targeted ads on Facebook for like platinum Pikachu necklaces.
Yeah, like fucking for my birthday, Xander got me this fucking Dark Magician hoodie, which is like just like, it's basically the entire card, because I keep a Dark Magician in my wallet. I don't know where my wallet is.
I got the Charizard version.
But yeah, I've kept a Dark Magician card in my wallet for like the last like 10 years probably, to the point I forgot Xander even noticed that. And like, it's so flashy and so out there that like 10 years ago I would have never fucking worn it, but now I'm like, yeah, you know what? I like that, so I'm gonna fucking wear it. Like, I saw your post.
Yeah.
I saw your post about your younger brother in the Punk Black group, and like I was just like, dude, yeah. And like reading the comments was like even better, because people were just like, fuck yeah, send him here, tell him about this. Yeah. And like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I didn't, because I wanted. I didn't have what I didn't have that kind of page growing up. You know,
right.
So being from a small area, there was only like 3 or 4 of us, like all black kids. So
yeah,
when I found that group, I was just like, this is my family, you know. And it's good. Like, we totally relate from, you know, what we've been through. We pretty much went through the same things growing up because of who we are.
Yeah.
And my brother, I felt like that I needed to put him in there, because he thought that what he liked was a problem. And I'm like, hell no.
See,
like,
yeah,
that's
I was
what
at the
like.
same place. I was just like, is this a problem? And also, I don't know if I brought this up before. It's not a big deal. I work for Punk Black, so you know, anytime I see.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I host their
Punk
podcast.
Black podcast.
I host the Punk Black podcast. Yeah.
You're the celebrity. Like, really? What?
Yeah, we're in this.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Come on. Nelson's doing it, guy. Yeah, like
talking about me. You're the king up in this bitch. Like,
because it's funny how that situation happened, because like back in I think it was 2016, they had their 1-year anniversary show and they booked my band, and like we fucking tore it down, and I did all this weird shit, you know, and the photographer got all these crazy pictures, and basically like I didn't know it then, but like I had fucking signed my deal at that point, because like I was playing shows for them for like the next 3 years in my band, and then my band broke up like at a Punk Black anniversary show, hilarious enough. And
oh wow,
yeah,
just like a movie, bro.
Yeah, like literally like 3 or 4 years later, we were playing, you know, their anniversary show in East Atlanta, and like, you know, it a shit show. Like, everybody involved will tell you so many things went wrong, and like I fucked up, my drummer fucked up, and like basically we broke up that night, and like I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I had gotten pretty close with Vaughn at that point, and he was like, him and the guy I do the show with, Colt, were just like, well, what if we have Nelson host our podcast, since we can't really do it on a weekly basis? And I was just like, oh my God. And so like, it's like fucking one thing falls and I think I'm totally out, and they're like, no, you're in.
Again, just you put yourself out there, you contribute to the greater good, and man, it picks up
it's just
right?
What I saw that post, and I thought it was crazy that, because I had no idea you knew about Punk Black. And, seeing you post there, I'm like, oh, Todd totally knows about it. And so I didn't expect you to react that way when I told you. Like, I thought, like, you knew, like, Punk Black, I know who's running that. I know what's going on.
Shit, dude. Yeah.
No, dude, that's pretty fucking cool. Like, damn. Yeah. But what I was saying about my losing my best friend.
Yeah, I almost forgot. Yeah, let's get back to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I getting talked about a lot. It got to me a lot, and it turned me bitter, and it turned me into an asshole.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was hanging out with Ricky, I was starting to treat him like the older kids were treating me.
Okay.
And it kind of went downhill from there. I think one time I remember one time I went too far with him at a bus stop, and he almost whooped my ass. Not gonna lie. And I didn't think nothing of it. I was just, I'm just playing around, and he.
But you were like,
and
you were putting that shit onto him that was coming on to you.
Yeah, I saw that he was getting fed up with it, and I think after that whole event, our friendship wasn't the same, and we pretty much went our separate ways after that, because he went to a different school, and I got held back for slacking, but I got better afterwards, and I got back in touch with him after the middle school days, and we kept talking every now and then, and I would always tell him that I would always apologize to him, because me and him been friends ever since kindergarten, and I almost threw it away, just the way I was acting,
Yeah.
The longest friendship I ever had, I was about to ruin it, and
So did he when you guys talked about it, did he realize like what you were doing, or did he just think my best friend's being an asshole, I'm out?
Ricky, his name's Ricky. He knew why I was doing what I was doing, but he never talked about it. So
yeah,
he just put up with it, and that got to me a lot. I was like, damn. I was like, no, man, this ain't right.
Yeah.
And after that, I just changed. Like, I don't want to be that guy that people hated,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It takes a lot to look inside yourself and like make an adjustment like that. A lot of people just don't do that. That's why blah blah.
And during that time, I was at my the nice guy stage, which is pretty. Which is pretty fucking toxic. So
we could riff on that for a long time. I'm just gonna say, like, that whole thing. It's all that toxic masculinity shit, right? It's the shit that's like, if you're the big guy, you have to pick on the little guy, and then again, that ties right into the incel nice guy shit. And it's like, as soon as you let go of all of that, it all kind of falls into place, right? It's amazing
I quit
how that process works.
If I'm talking to somebody, I would not tell them. I realized when I was younger, I had a bad habit of telling women that I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
Shit.
That was that was the worst habit I had, and I was like, shut up, Todd, stop saying that.
Why do you pick the asshole jock instead of me?
Oh,
that's
boy.
That's just, you can't be that dude. You just can't.
No,
You're
no.
not allowed.
I mean, it's kind of like you kind of question it though.
It's a show don't tell kind of thing. At least that's what I think.
And it's
yeah.
I
mean, you hate
that. You got to treat them like people, and if a person's not like stoked, you move on with your life, right? It's like
that's how I am now. It's like, okay, like you're not, let's stay friends, whatever, that's cool. But the old me would be like, well, why? Like,
what's wrong with me? I'm so good.
Yeah.
I'm so good. You should tell me why you don't want to be with me. Oh,
dude,
God.
I got mad incel energy on a fucking guitar forum last night when it get like this fucking kid who, like, dude, he looked like he's like maybe 20 years old in his profile picture. And he's like, why are you selling this guitar for so much money? Isn't it only a little bit more than that if you buy it new? And it's like, get
the fuck out of here.
And it's like a custom handmade guitar that, like, if you order one brand new, it takes 5 years to get to you and all this stupid shit because of how like select this brand is and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, dude, if you're even asking that question, you just don't understand what this is, and you should Google some things, or just search it on this page. We've already gone over this several times. You know how forums and Facebook pages work. And he wrote like an essay in response, just like 6-7 paragraphs about what an asshole I am.
That's when you know, dude. That's when you fucking know. When like you say like, oh no, I actually don't agree with you, and then you just get this whole fucking thing. And like, what are you doing?
And then
folks can't even leave it at that,
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And it's like I've written a few embarrassing essays in my life, so I kind of get where they're coming from. But as you grow, you learn not to hit the send button, right? You gotta back off.
I mean, but also, also to a degree, as somebody who's had so many incels comment on their videos, sometimes you gotta like falcon punch back with like a comment reply. Like I remember, like as I mentioned before, I made a video about a YouTuber saying the N-word that I wasn't cool with, and people got really mad. And like,
Legacy.
It's just a word.
Yeah, and like I had so many fucking white people tell me how I'm supposed to feel,
bro.
And like eventually, I can't remember what they said, but I know my reply was just like, how about you go read a book that's not written by somebody from Fox News and get your nose out of Tucker Carlson's ass. Like I said
that's almost exactly what I said to my mom that made her unfriend me on Facebook. I was like, Mom, if you really believe this, you need to read a book. And she got so mad and like texted me directly like, how dare you talk to me like that in public? I'm like, you said something dumb on Facebook, and I replied, like, it's social media. Like, come on, I'm trying to be
Hey,
funny.
dude said, I don't care who you are. The smoke, you get the smoke. I don't care who you are.
Exactly.
Especially, my mom and I have always had kind of like a rough relationship. So, she's like, she's a far right Trump person, and that really hurts my feelings these days. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's just.
Yeah.
I actually love like everybody and not just special people. Like
so does your family like know about the YouTube and TikTok and music and everything?
My uncle,
secret.
my uncle and my grandparents and my mom and like a good handful of my cousins. Pretty much my whole hometown knows knows I'm on social media a lot. So
nice.
My
home. I like that.
My granddad would always call me and just, I've been seeing you on the Facebook dancing and all that shit.
Dude, my grandma watches all of our shit. Literally everything that goes on the IndiCon Rex YouTube channel, my grandma watches it, and I hear about it later. Like, I made a video about a guy fucking an apple pie, And my grandma watched it and was just like, you know, I know these things aren't for me, and I'm trying because I love you. I'm like, you don't do it. Please stop. And she's like, but you know, because it's like every now and again I'll make one that like she can get down with. Like I made this video about cooking that like she absolutely loved and like showed everybody that would listen. But I was just like, okay, but like I'll send you one that I'm sure you'll like. Don't watch everything. Like she tried to start watching the podcast, and like I remember like one of the first episodes that she listened to was like
I was hoping you would tell this because I didn't want to out you. But
it was
yeah,
me
please
talking
go.
about like a priest that fucking pastor I used to work for, like hitting me up to hook up, and like he bought me a bunch of weed, and like I was just like, yeah, this is weird, and like until this whole story it got real graphic, and like
Oh no!
it was basically
I think
this
the
whole
word guck was used at one point.
yeah, it was this whole story about me face fucking a pastor that I used to work for, and he gave me like an ounce of weed, and like it was this whole thing, and that was one of the first like podcast episodes we put on YouTube. And my grandma was like, "Oh, the podcast's on YouTube now. I'm gonna check that out." And I was just like, "Oh no, oh no!" And the one before that was like, "What to do when your friend becomes a Nazi." And so she's just like, she's just like, "Yeah, okay, the podcast isn't for me, but I still want to keep up." Oh my god! And like, yeah, my family knows
It's getting
what I
really
do.
weird out there, man. Jesus
Yeah, and
Christ.
I taught like my dad seems to be the only one that gets it. I mean, my mom kind of gets it because like she just like she waits until I show her something to like be like, oh, that's what you're doing, you know. And like my dad will be like, what are you up to? And I'll send him some stuff, but it's like fucking. There's some like some of my like my older sister will like go find just everything that I'm doing and be like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, I'm bored. Okay, I'm so bored.
That's kind of I'm kind of glad my family doesn't watch any of it because it's like I just don't want to have.
Oh, Jill listens to the podcast.
Does she?
Yeah,
I've never noticed that.
she
She's never
follows
talked
us
to
on
me about
Instagram. She likes every like podcast post.
That's awesome.
See,
I
me
didn't know
growing
that.
up in a small town, I had to find something to do, and I've
Yeah.
always been good with, you know, video editing and all that stuff, and I just put it towards my videos and just turned it into something. And making stuff in a small town, you can't keep it to yourself. So I kind of expected everybody, you know, getting a hold of my stuff. 'Cause everybody knew me, and they knew, you know, I was a funny dude, and they just kept on watching my videos. And I just
Your content is legit funny as fuck, dude. Like I watched I watched the a couple of the songs and then a couple of your comedy bits, and it was like, okay, yeah, again, that phlebotomy one was just so fucking funny, dude. Like
So
I have a soft spot for making fun of customers just in general. Just I've been in customer service, whether restaurants or guitar stores, my whole fucking life. So it's like, or call centers. That was another really good one. I had a whole gig calling people and like asking them survey questions about how satisfied they were with their healthcare provider.
how satisfied are you with
Which
your
nobody
current
has anything
healthcare
good to say
provider?
about that. You know what I mean? And it was just all these angry
Press
old
3
people
for
just
very satisfied.
yeah. So yeah, you really like nailed a lot of those different types of people. Like fucking, oh my god.
I've always been good with like imitating people that I've come across. It's just natural to me. I like acting, so that's
Oh, nice.
Sometimes I do it by mistake, dude. Like I'm clearly like a Midwestern motherfucker, but like working in customer service, if like a real Southern dude would come in and try to buy a guitar from me, I would like adopt his accent within like a few sentences. It's like, y'all need to check this one out right here, and I just like and I know I'm not doing a good job of it. You know what I mean? There's no way he's convinced, but it's just like subconscious, like it's just accidental, just falling out of me. So
Okay,
so I
before we
respect your talent is what I'm saying because I can't convince people.
before we close out, there's one last question I want to ask you since we just brought up like who's seen or heard about your stuff. At work, have you ever had a coworker find your shit?
oh my god, yeah, all the time. when I started when I started my new job,
and they're watching videos of you. Is that happens?
Yeah, that's actually happened a few times. When I started my new job this month, one of the receptionists came up to me. She was like, "We got a hold of your phlebotomy video. It's like all over the phlebotomy training websites or whatever." I was like, "What?"
We don't appreciate you talking about us like that.
No, but like
God, man.
everybody loved him too.
Yeah,
and then
dude.
And they were like, it's so accurate. Like you've been there. Like we've all been there. That's why it's so funny.
Okay, so like, how did what was that instant feeling when they're just like, oh no, we've seen your stuff?
The first time it was like, oh shit, I'm about to lose my job. But then they turn around and say, be like, oh man, you're hilarious.
Yeah.
It's
quality content, man.
I'm friends with like a couple people from my job, and they would always tell me that you're two different people. Like you're so quiet and reserved at work, but you're like this whole different person on social media. I'm like, yeah, I got to. I can't.
Exactly. Like the last
work is your job.
Yeah, like
I can't act like I do in my videos at work. I would get fired so quick.
Like my last adult job, I was working at a flower shop, and like I was just casually talking to my coworker about the music I was in, because I was in, my band was still playing shows and shit, and like we were like recording an EP, and like I was talking to him about it, and he looked it up on YouTube and like found one of our music videos, and this music video is fucking ridiculous. Like,
is it the puppet one?
It's the one with the puppets. Yeah,
yes, I love that shit.
Yeah, we've got like we had like puppets made of us, and like it's an idea that you wouldn't think of unless you were on drugs. And
it's crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah, there's this whole girl in it that I have never met, and basically like he found it and showed it to everybody, and I came in the next day and they're like, oh, you're a rock star, and I was like, I gotta quit my job. I gotta quit my job. I'm out. Oh my god. Yeah, like,
every job that I've went to up here, I would get like random people, like random coworkers come up to me. I didn't know you were in a band. I'm like,
see, yeah, that's how it starts. And they look up your shit and they're like, oh my god, you're so good. What are you doing here? And it's like, I need money.
Trying to pay my rents.
Yeah, like people don't. It shocks people sometimes when they find out I play alternative indie type music, because like, that doesn't sound like you. Your voice sounds so good. It's like butter. I'm like,
nice. Hell yeah.
Like that's like okay. Don't talk like that, please.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I'm more worried now if I ever have to go back to like an office job of them finding my videos, because like I said, I made a video about a guy fucking an apple pie. Like
yeah.
It's like, as funny as that shit is, I don't want that in corporate life. Like, no.
I feel like the ship has kind of sailed for me in that respect too.
Yeah, it's like I can't go back to
really
work.
Do straight laced shit, and if I do, it has to be within like my terms. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know how that's gonna work. But,
see, I'm planning on. Oh, go ahead.
I also don't really think, with the future we're facing, I don't really think there's going to be many more straight-laced jobs, because everything's on fire and it's fucking fantastic. But, I'm the political nerd of the duo, and so like I'm like trying not to steer shit. This
whole
in, like, really
episode without getting political.
Oh god, I have so many things to talk about.
I'm an independent, so I'm like the in between kind of guy. I
feel you.
Yeah. So
I hate doing sides.
So what's
understand that.
What's the next goal for you, man? Like you're on a fucking hot streak right now. So like what's the future hold for Todd Brown?
Well, after Dreamscapes 3 gets released, I'm gonna get my other bandmates and we're gonna write a whole new album together.
That's awesome. With the new drummer?
Yeah, and it won't be just me this time, and I'm very excited about it.
That's
And
gonna be real fun, man. I'm excited to hear that. That's your solo
me
shit
too.
is so good. I can't wait to hear it with the others, man. That's fucking so good.
Yeah, I'm so excited. To be honest, I really feel like I'm meant to be with these two because how we meld so well together, and it's just like the missing puzzle to Paradigm, you know.
Hell yeah, man.
Something that I couldn't do, they brought it here. And it's great. I'm forever grateful, you know.
Well, that's that. You know, that's why you got to keep your mind open a little bit to the mystical shit, because it's like every now and then, sometimes shit just falls together in a perfect way, right? It's like, man, it feels really good. Just this is all happening because you just happen to be on Punk Black, and they're just, they're jamming with your good shit because they like your good shit. That's the best vibe possible, man.
Man.
See, Xander, you ruined my surprise. All right, god damn it! I was gonna tell him this has been going great, so you're definitely gonna be on the Punk Black podcast sometime soon.
Well, I didn't say that. I said that he was on.
What? Oh, dude, yeah.
Because that was originally the plan, but like Mandalorian just ended, so we had to like. Our last our last episode we had to wrap that up, but January. You're gonna be on the podcast, Todd. That's what's happening.
Shit!
I haven't even been on that podcast.
I'm sorry, but you can't.
But I don't need to be. Yeah, I don't need to be. Obviously, look at me. I understand.
Like unless
way out of place.
Unless we invert it, and Colt's like, today we're gonna interview the guys from IndiCon Rex, and then I'm like, oh well, it's both of us because like I
don't do that.
Yeah, I interviewed this band Ladybird that it was a black dude and a white dude, so it's like. Yeah, but like I'm sorry, Xander. I'm sorry.
When you said inverted, I literally thought you meant like reverse the colors so that I was.
No, you idiot! I mean, I'm the one. And I was like,
you're gonna do virtual digital blackface to me and give me a white beard on top of that.
Like, I should do whiteface for. I'm gonna do whiteface for the 100th episode. I'm saying it right now. Episode 100. I'm doing whiteface. I don't give a fuck.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
But yeah, Todd, here's the point where this is the lightning round. This is where right before I hit the button and Plastic Love starts playing and we close out the show, you're gonna plug your shit. You're gonna tell people where to find you. You're gonna tell them what you're working on, what you're doing, where they can find you, everything, all the shit, all the popcorn, all the gravy, baby. Tell them about it.
Yeah. Okay. My TikTok is GrungeKid25. My Instagram is the GrungeKid20. My Facebook will be just Todd Brown. My YouTube is Todd Brown. Dreamscapes 3 will be out next year. We don't have a set date on it yet, but because we're collabing with other people. So be on the lookout for Dreamscapes 3 and for more material and more Tool videos. I'm going to be making more Tool videos. A lot of people were upset that I quit doing them this year, but I'm bringing them back. Not for like a long time, but just do a few of them and be done with. And hopefully I can do some more projects with some more people, comedy wise, or do some.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I was telling you I wanted to collab on a video. We're gonna make that happen one of these days. We're still gonna do that. Don't think I forgot.
If you run out of corny new metal bands to parody, I know all of them. I grew up during that era. Like, that's my shit, dude. Like,
hell yeah.
We can talk about that shit all day, man. So
we still. I was serious about doing a lo-fi album. I want to do a lo-fi album.
Yes. Yeah. We're
like.
Yes.
We'll make that happen. A little
Xander, you can join too. If you want.
I can throw down some lyrics.
A little paradigm fixing nothing kind of collab could be in the works. Oh baby, this.
Yes. Let's do it.
Let's make all this stuff. And then we'll get together and have a fucking killer barbecue.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The future holds so many sweet things. This is gonna come out. Believe it or not, this is gonna come out on Christmas Day. You know?
Oh,
so,
hell yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so
happy holidays, everybody.
yeah, happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays.
Merry Christmas, or a happy Hanukkah, or happy Kwanzaa. I'll be watching movies and eating Chinese food the whole time. You know,
I'm going to be doing that and drinking and
Yeah,
possibly having a.
Yeah, I got this. This is the Christmas present I got
You've
early.
earned it, bro.
My mom
Jeez.
got me a mug with an N on it, and it can fit a full 16-ounce beer in it, which I love.
You gotta love that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so for Todd Brown and Xander Cook, my name's Nelson Crawford. This has been the Indistinct Conversation Podcast, episode 92. Merry friggin' Megan Wagon Flutter Wuggin' Christmas or holidays or Xmas or whatever the fuck people say. I don't even care anymore. All right,
Love y'all.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. My mom just brought home some bourbon. I'm gonna go get drunk on bourbon and eggnog. You know,
Go drink with my mom. Bye, guys.
yeah, have a great time. Carpe diem, que sera sera. You will see us next time. Peace
yeah.
out, folks. Love you. Get out of the basement.